Up first, Drew and Cheryl. Drew stepped onto the floor looking determined to make an impact. The dance was the cha-cha, and it proved to be the perfect start.
So week one, we had the cha-cha. It was kind of a feeling out process because we had never performed together before that.
The moment in the routine where I was scared was the dip that we had because, you know, sometimes in practice he would stumble, but it was fine, it was fine.
I just remember my chin was puckering. I was so nervous. My stomach, I had butterflies so bad. I mean, it's live TV in front of how many millions of people?
He's like, you know, I don't perform in practice. You'll see it on the night. He turned it on, and it was just like amazing. It really was.
Best dance of the night. Fabulous.
She banned, you kick ass.
To get such high praise our first week out was a tremendous feeling, but it did kind of set the bar pretty high for ourselves.
The next challenge was the physically demanding quick step and Drew's first ballroom test.
The quick step for me was the dance where I really started to get in shape. It was such a fast-paced dance, and to have it so early in the competition before I could really get my heart in shape was a challenge.
He did such a great job, except for that little part in the middle where he messed up.
Cheryl just pulled me over to where we were supposed to be. We took a breath, and then we started again. Of all the places to mess up, that was the place to do it, but still wish I hadn't done it. It was bad.
The stumble wasn't enough to affect the scores. Another strong performance had Drew emerging as a true title contender.
9.
9. 9.
We gotta try and keep up this pace and carry on, push on.
With the battle for top spot building between Drew and Stacy, there was no time to rest. The jive was Drew's favorite dance and a chance to sneak ahead in the race.
Week 3 was the jive, and for me that was the most fun I've had dancing ever.
My experience teaching Drew the jive was great. He loved it. He was a natural at it.
It was good music, and we had fun with it, and it wasn't as constricting as some of the standard dances. It was even more free than the cha-cha.
Mr. Consistent did it again, impressing the judges and tying for the lead.
The Rocket Man keeps flying high.
That's the best way I can describe it.
From a moment of jubilation to a week of frustration as Drew tried to loosen up his hips in the samba.
Something about the samba, it just gets under my skin. I would rather have my legs waxed than to do that number again. Even though it wasn't my favorite number, I feel like we executed it pretty soundly. There were some things technically that I would have liked to have done better. All in all, I thought we did a good routine. It just didn't move. Our little trick for the samba was the sleeve removal, which was difficult to get done because we had like 4 different kinds of shirts, different kinds of material, and every time I would close my shoulders together, the seams would pop.
Stop Gan on target again. You're as reliable as Tom Cruise box office. You never fail to deliver.
9.
9. 9.
The sleeves weren't enough.
Yeah, not the arms. We got to show full.
Next time I'm gonna rip his pants off.
Loincloth. That's next week. Loincloth.
Although Drew finished in the top 2 every week, the perfect score still eluded him.
When we were assigned the tango, I was so nervous because I knew Drew had his shoulder problems, and I'm like, all I did that whole week was work on his shoulders.
We've had the same argument from the first rehearsal. She said, put your shoulders down. They are down. This is down. This is where my shoulders are. I just don't have a long neck. Tango. Close hold, which means shoulders up, which means bad score for Drew. Luckily, I was proven wrong.
Well, you commanded that dance. It suited your personality. All the aggression, the fire, the staccato. It was your best performance to date.
Wow,
it was great.
Wow, best one yet.
The right.
Oh, good.
Great. It was wonderful. You told me again. You nailed it. 10.
10. 10.
There it is. Woo!
After a perfect score, the pressure was on in the semifinal. 2 new dances in just 4 days, and a place in the finals at stake.
The highlight moment for me in the Foxtrot was the very beginning. I loved the beginning. I thought the music was great. We hit all the hits, and it was just such a classy dance.
It was very charming, it was fun, it was entertaining, it was light. It was everything that I thought the Foxtrot should be. Everyone was telling me I had to wear the black tux, and I was like, no, it's not me. I'm not going to a big ballroom competition. I'm not trying to be a ballroom dancer. I'm trying to be me doing ballroom.
Had to be you.
What's so wonderful about you two is the partnership, and in that number we could definitely see how great the partnership is. I loved it.
The final test was the rumba. A perfect score would win the night, but the routine caused concern.
Teaching Drew the rumba was a struggle for me because Drew has no hip action.
Hip action, the bane of my existence. Between my hips and my shoulders, I don't know which is worse.
The performance proved to be one of Drew and Cheryl's finest, tying for the lead and securing a place in the final.
Powerful, passionate, rockin' man back on orbit. This is the Drew we like and love to see.
We've had an amazing run over the past 7 weeks. Learned a ton of dances, built a great friendship, had a lot of good laughs, made some great friends. It's kind of bittersweet because we're coming to the end of this journey, which has been amazing. So you're kind of looking for this light at the end of the tunnel, but at the same time, you're going to be heartbroken that it's over. Whether we win or whether we lose, it's going to be one of the best experiences of my life.